Introduction. Shipping is significant industry globally as 90% of world trade in trading by the sea trade, especially in Malaysia itself, where the shipping industry is one of the sectors that contribute to the development of Malaysian economy. It said because in 2019, Malaysia port managed 26.2 billion TEU, which show that the shipping industry in Malaysia is seen to stimulating that directly benefiting the country. Therefore, the shipping industry is also seen as the industry that experiences fluctuation depending on the situation of the world and the country itself. For example, the COVID-19 pandemic that has affected and limited this industry from continuing to grow rapidly as a result of country entry and exit control. According to the World Health Organization (WHO), climate change refers to the long-term change in temperature and natural weather patterns due to change in solar activity and activities large volcanic eruption. In other words, climate change can be defined as persistent alteration in weather pattern across tropical region. It is a global threat that has been started to strain different industry. The sector is responsible for almost 3% of global greenhouse gas emission, making it one of the biggest contributors. This number is so high that the shipping sector would be the sixth largest emitter of greenhouse gas if it were a nation. Not only that, this climate change also have a big impact on the global dimension of economic, human health and environment. Some of the effect and consequences of this climate change issue is the arrival of troubling events that have a negative impact on the world and the industry, such as the rise in sea level that have both good and bad effect on the shipping industry in particular. That's all for me.
Hello, my name is Nolisha, and I want to tell you about the first objective is investigating the influence of current global maritime issue on the shipping industry in terms of climate change. I know everyone know about the importance of maritime sector. 90% of global products are transported via maritime, and it is foundation of international trade. First point, the influence of current global maritime issue on the shipping industry in terms of climate change is rising sea level and coastal infrastructure. It caused by melting polar ice cap and rising ocean temperature, and it also can treat port and coastal infrastructure, and it requires investment in rising dock, strengthening seawall, and improving dryness. And it also can lead financial challenges due to this necessary adjustment. The second point is extreme weather event, where it because increase in hurricane, typhoon, and a storm. It can disrupt maritime route and schedule, and it also can lead to the delay, higher operation costs, increased fuel consumption, and delivery delay. And it also can cause damage to the cargo, ship, and port infrastructure, resulting in the expenses repair and insurance claim. And the third point is changing ocean condition. It is because rising ocean temperature and acidification. It can affect a marine ecosystem and biodiversity, and it also can alter fish migration pattern and reduce fish stock and impacting fishing and aquaculture. And it also can changes in ocean current, can impact navigation and increase the risk of accident. And the other point is regulatory and compliance challenges. Its strict requirement to reduce ship greenhouse gas emission. The policy include the sulfur cap and energy efficient design index (EEDI), and it requires significant investment in new technology and modification of existing ship. And it also can balance environmental responsibility with financial viability. And the last point is technological innovation and green shipping. It adoption of energy efficient ship design and alternative fuel like hydrogen, LNG, and biofuel, and it use of renewable energy sources like wind assisted propulsion. And it also aim to reduce carbon footprint and adapt to the climate change. And it also requires substantial capital investment and industry cooperation. And the summary of first objective is the shipping industry is significantly affected by climate change with the point that I have given, and it addressing this issue requires substantial investment and cooperation within the industry, but also present opportunity to enhance resilience and sustainability.
I will highlight the key challenge by the shipping sector due to regulatory compliance and operational and infrastructure adoption challenge. The sector faces significant regulatory compliance challenge with strict laws on emission, fuel specification, and environmental preservation. Companies must adhere to the IMO 2020 sulfur cap and GHG emission reduction. Investment in greener technologies like hydrogen, ammonia, and LNG. Decarbonizing the shipping industry is crucial for strategic decision making. Additionally, climate change impacts maritime operations and infrastructure. Extreme weather events disrupt shipping schedules and increase ship damage risks, threatening low-lying areas and port infrastructure resilience. To address this challenge, ports must invest in infrastructure investment, and shipping companies should focus on technology advancement and process-driven innovation to enhance operational resilience.
Climate change poses significant technological and financial challenges for Malaysia's maritime industry. Switching from heavy fuel oil to LNG or hydrogen requires substantial investment in new technology and infrastructure such as LNG bunkering facilities. Installing scrubbers on older ships to meet IMO sulfur emission regulations is also costly and complex. These upgrades need both capital and skilled labor, which are often scarce. Adopting these technologies is financially burdensome, especially for smaller companies. For instance, scrubber installation on one vessel in Malaysia can cost millions. Fuel price instability adds to the financial strain, making it difficult to secure capital in a competitive industry with thin margins. Lastly, climate change has created significant ecological issues for Malaysia's maritime industry, particularly marine pollution from ballast water discharge and oil spills. The Straits of Malacca are especially vulnerable due to high shipping traffic, increasing the risk of accidents and spills that can harm coastal communities and marine life. While switching to low sulfur fuels like LNG reduce air pollution, it can cause methane leaks, a potent greenhouse gas. To mitigate these impacts, stricter emission and waste management regulation and shipping lanes that avoid sensitive marine habitats are essential.
Next is Objective 3, which is just effective strategy to address issues stemming from present challenges. The first point is adopting clean technology, which is energy efficient engines and alternative fuels. It is investment in new energy efficient engines is important for the marine industry. It is designed to use less fuel and produce fewer pollutants. These engines will meet stringent environmental standards and produce more greenhouse gases overall. For example, dual fuel engines offer more versatility than conventional marine fuel LNG, which is liquefied. It is compared to a conventional marine fuels that can produce both natural gas (LNG) significantly reduce emissions for carbon dioxide, oxide of nitrogen, and sulfur oxide. The second one is invest in advanced navigational technologies, which is automated route optimization. Sophisticated algorithms are used by advanced navigational technology to examine a number of variables, including traffic density, weather patterns, sea currents, and fuel consumption rates. These systems can automatically create optimized routes that minimize fuel consumption, lower emissions, and guarantees safe navigation by processing real-time data. This helps maritime firms comply with pollution control zones and other environmental standards, which not only reduce operational expenses but also help them satisfy legal requirements.
Collaborative innovation and sustainability financing. A sustainable financial mechanism will be established to support climate-intensive development to address climate change issues. Collaboration with government agencies, the private sector, and marine organizations is necessary to finish the implementation of the R&D for the green technology. The use of the information and communication technology in the shipping industry can also reduce the carbon emission. According to data for the Communication and Multimedia Commission in 2020, there will be more than 30 million internet use in our country. The development and application of a local technology will be reduced of the cost of the climate change adaptation and mitigation as well as it improve disaster risk management. Comprehensive pollution control and ecosystem management. The government must be infer the Environmental Quality Act 1974 to the control emission for the ship such as a sulfur oxide, nitrogen oxide, and fine particle. This allows the shipping industry to be more proactive in implementing rigorous monitoring and reporting the issue compared with the climate change control standards such as the MAPOL Convention and the International Marine Organization (IMO). According to Transport Minister Datuk Seri Datuk Win Kang Siong, the government is serious about prioritizing environmental sustainability and responding appropriately to global climate issue in the context of the Sustainable Development Goal (SDG) 2030, which will be a solid foundation toward a sustainable shipping industry.
In this rapidly growing world, the shipping industry is a key component in increasing the economic progress of a country. However, the shipping industry relies heavily on fossil fuel to operate and create a contributor to climate change. This study was conducted to identify the challenges faced by the shipping industry due to the climate change. The challenges facing the shipping industry due to the climate change are rising sea level and coastal infrastructure. The second challenge is extreme weather events that can disrupt ship schedule and potentially cause damage to ship. To face the challenges of climate change that can happen at any time, the shipping industry needs to adopt clean technology. For example, the use of alternative fuels such as LNG, hydrogen, and ammonia. The second strategy is to invest in advanced navigation technology. This includes improving GPS capability and global navigation system to be more accurate. Finally, the control of emission from ships is very important by enforcing strict environmental regulation in accordance with the Environmental Quality Act and also the MAPOL Convention, since corporate social responsibility (CSR) strongly promotes sustainability. Industry must be responsible for caring for and preserving the environment. Therefore, the effort to achieve this goal is to ensure that the operational activity of the global shipping industry continue and play an important role in mitigating climate change.